Well, my next guest is a law enforcement officer who spent 15 months as an advisor to Afghan police forces and is the author of 2 books on Afghanistan. Two Mountains to Climb is a courageous story of a young Afghan growing up in truly unimaginable circumstances. Now, Mr. Keeling also wrote the book Afghanistan-Why. Joining me now here in studio is Philip Keeling. Well, before we start talking about the big picture, I would like you to tell me a little bit more about Hamid's story.
Sure. Hamid is a translator in Afghanistan that worked with me, helping me translate as I was teaching Afghan recruits at an academy. He is an amazing kid that I've grown to love, and his story is just amazing. The story tells about his life growing up in Afghanistan, his will to survive, his family trying to stay together, and him being captured by the Taliban, having to relocate homes at least 6 or 7 times. It's just truly an amazing story.
And I think it's easy for us not to fully comprehend just how hard some of their lives is. You told me a story earlier about what they did for his father.
Yes. In relocating to Pakistan to get out of harm's way, his father had a stroke prior to them trying to relocate to Pakistan. And in doing so, Hamid and his brothers found a metal bed frame, placed his father on the bed frame, and carried his father up and down 2 mountains in the snow, 0-degree weather, just to get to Pakistan and to keep their family together.
Okay. Now, he is the focus of your 2 Mountains to Climb book. Where is Hamid right now?
He is still in Afghanistan working as an English translator. He is helping the U.S. Army.
Okay. Now, in your other book called Afghanistan-Why, you talk a lot about some of the things that you saw personally. Give us some insight about what some of the struggles that they're facing over there right now.
I think the main struggle for Afghan right now, especially with the U.S. forces, is corruption in Afghanistan, all the way from police recruits up to government leaders.
Again, not corruption in the U.S. forces, but with the people the U.S. forces are dealing with.
Correct. I had interviewed several generals and colonels and commanders in the police forces, and I had asked them what would happen if U.S. and all 22 nations left Afghanistan. And all of them told me that it would go back to the Taliban way. Right now, it's just about the money. They want to keep the money coming in. They're not ready to stand up and take control of their country. They have the means, they have the resources, they have the training. I've seen that.
Now, in your role as a law enforcement officer, there was a lot of training going on, but you believe then, from what you've just said, that once these forces pull out, the Taliban will just resurface once again.
Yes, I do. The Taliban are in Afghanistan and in Pakistan as well. I think that the government needs to focus on Pakistan and keeping that country stabilized. That is the main country of focus here, not Afghanistan.
It does seem like such a horrible waste of both our young men's lives, young men and women's lives, and our treasure, our national treasure.
Sure, we will approach almost $3 trillion before these wars are finished. And I don't know how many lives we have lost, over 1,000 U.S. lives so far. At what point do you say is enough is enough?
Certainly, certainly. And I just want to emphasize, you know, we've got to talk to so many people in the military in today's show, and they're doing hard, just unimaginable work, and it's no fault of their own.
Correct. A lot of these soldiers are seeing multiple deployments, 2, 3 deployments at a time. My sister, for one, with the 45th Infantry, is looking at her 2nd deployment. It's just hard on the family. It's unimaginable. One deployment for myself in my conditions was hard enough on my family. So I can imagine that these soldiers are just really struggling right now, and their families are struggling. Now's the time to get out of Afghanistan.
All right, Philip, we certainly appreciate you coming by, and I do know we will have a link to these books and to a website on our website. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.